Hello, class, and welcome to part 3 of our video tutorial series of working on this hammer. And this tutorial, in this video, what I want to show you, I want to show you how you could now refine this model. If we look at this model, I'm going to go ahead and select both of these. Looks rather low poly. I have like these hard edges. I want to show you how we could uh, add some detail into this. So let's go and get started. So one of the things I want to show you, I'm going to select this model, and on your keyboard, if you press 1, right here we have the standard view. If I press 2, it gives us a combination of seeing what our model looks like, and if it at the current settings, but also what it will look like if it was smooth. And we press 3, it gives us the smooth view. Now, if you look closely though, certain areas, it gets a little bit too smooth, like it no longer has those edges. So I'm gonna work with that. If I look at this shape right here, notice that I lose that information. So there's different ways that we could work with this. And I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna press 1. I'm gonna start off with this one first. The first thing that we could do is if we have a little bit more edge loops created, it'll give us a more definite side. Like say, for example, looking at this shape right here, press 3, it gets completely smoothed out. So I'm going to go ahead and if I mouse click, select edges, but then under the mesh tools, if I go to insert edge loops, what I'm going to do, I'm going to click right here. I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to add an edge loop right here at the bottom. And here, let me just go ahead and press 3 on my keyboard. Actually, let's go back to the object mode. Let's press 3. Let's select it. Now press 3. Now you can see that we get this shape right here. Let's go back to 1. I'm going to go ahead and undo. I'm going to go ahead and add another one right here. Right mouse click, object mode. Click on it. Press 3. We're starting to get a little bit better. So let's go back. I'm going to add, and click right here. I'm going to add 2 more. One right here, so that we have there's a lot of components right here. But as a result, when we click on it, you can see that object mode. Let's see. I do not want to do that one. Press 3. You can see that now it's completely well-defined the area where I wanted that shape to be at. And I'm going to go back to this shape. I'm going to add components up here as well, so that this area also has a nice edge. And here, I need to hide this one temporarily. I select it and press Control H. I'm going to add, I don't want this. Let's see, is it not allowing me? I'm undoing because I think I might have added one too many. So let's go back right here. Hide this, because I should be able to add a loop. I don't know why it's not giving me this along this center part. Now, since it doesn't want to give me one along this area, I'm going to let's see, and I want the faces, sorry. I want to select these right here. I'm just gonna add one myself and go use my extrude tool. But really what all I'm going to do is just do this. I just added my own right here along the top view. I want object mode, press 3, just so you can see the shape. That looks good. And you can see right here, I'm going to do the same right here as well. Insert edge loops. I don't want that one. I'll go right here. Let's see what this does. Object mode, so that I get a nice defined shape. When I look at it, it looks nice. Let's see, let's also define the bottom right down here. And this time what I'm going to do is here, let's go ahead and press, let's see, I want to go to my side view here. Because on this one, I want to do something slightly different. I'm going to go to the edges. I'm going to go ahead and select all of these edges here. Don't want this one. So now when I look at it, I have this entire edge all the way around. I'm going to press 3. And if I go into edit mesh, I'm sorry, mesh. That's on mesh tools right here. I'm going to use the crease tool. It's already selected. I'm going to press and hold down the middle mouse button. And I'm going to drag towards the right. Middle mouse button, drag towards right. What this is doing, I'm telling Maya specifically for this area that it should be a well-defined edge. I'm going to go ahead, select this. If I press 3, if I deselect it, I can see that looks all right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to help it. I'm going to go ahead and use my mesh tool. I'm going to go into insert edge loop. I'm going to go right here, really close to it to help it. And see the edge. Looks good. Okay, let's go ahead and bring back the hammerhead. Selected Shift H. And I want to do something very similar on this one. Let's see, I'm going to switch to the edges. I'm just going to double click on it and it selects the entire edge going all the way around. I'm going to go ahead and tear off this menu under mesh tools because I'm going to be using the crease tool a lot. Let's see, let's press 3. So you can see what this looks like. And double click on this one. It's selecting the entire loop all the way around. I double click on it, click and hold the middle mouse button. I'm going to drag this towards from the left going towards the right. And you can see what this is doing. This is allowing me to create distinct areas of creases where I have these shapes right here. It's going to smooth it out, but right here, Well, and really what this is going to do, once I go to smooth my object, it's kind of giving it instructions on what area to keep, to give it the nice defined edges. So I'm going to go ahead and click on these two. So I get something that looks like this. I'm going to press 1 because I need to go into my side view here. I'm holding down Shift to select these areas right here. Middle mouse click and drag towards the right. I'll have to use my tool. Let's press 3 so you can see it. There it is. You can see. It's creating that shape. I'm gonna select these right here. Let's see, do I want all of those as well? Probably. Since I'm doing my key selection, so it selects both sides. Let's say middle mouse click and drag towards the right. You can see what's happening right there. I think I want to also select these edges right here. Those as well. So I get something that looks like this. Here, let's go ahead and I'm gonna go to object mode, switch my selection tool, just so I could deselect it. Just so I could see what's going to look like. Now, right now, my model doesn't look like this. It still looks like this. Both of them do. It's not until I decide to smooth it that I'm going to be able to add this information. So this right here, again, pressing 1 gives us uh, the low poly view. Pressing 2 gives us a combination. It gives us the uh, what is the original structure, but then the smooth. And 3 gives us the smooth view. So I'm going to press 1. Now to smooth this, here, let me go ahead and just save this right now. Command or Control S. I'm going to close this window here. To smooth this, I'm going to select it, and actually, what I'm going to do, I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna go to Edit. I'm going to tell it to uh, duplicate, so that I have 2. I'm going to label this one low poly hammerhead, and this one I'll just call it hammerhead. I'm going to hide the low poly one. And I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm going to duplicate this one so that P cylinder 1 is the low poly hammer handle. And cylinder 3 is just going to be the hammer handle. So I'm going to hide this one as well. And I'm just hiding it so that I could always come back to it. So with this one selected, did I not name this correctly. Oops. Let's see. Okay. With the hammerhead selected, I'm going to go into mesh, and there's a smooth command. I'm going to go option box. Now, I'm just going to use the default settings, which is set to divisions exponentially, component controls just up to 1. It's the subdivision type. It's the open subdiv Catmull Clark, which the options are right here. But depending on what you set, right now for every face, it's going to divide it into 2, or really, sorry, not 2, 4. So I'm going to go tell it to apply. You could see that it now adds multiple divisions. It increases the polygon count. If I increase this value, this number, you can see that it's adding a lot more. That's 0, that's 1, so that we could see the result. But now this is the actual model that we have right here. So it's a lot smoother. I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm just going to select it, select apply. And you can see that this now is the actual model. It's not smoothed. Now, if I press 3, it doesn't necessarily, it increases the smoothness a bit, but it's not as noticeable compared to what it was before. I'm going to close this window. And here, I'm going to select these two pieces. Now, they're still separate pieces. I could create a group for these. I'm going to go to Edit, Group. So this one I can just call Hammer. So I could select this group. And here, I'm just going to move it so that I can bring back my low poly. So you could compare, just so we could see the difference between both of them. So here we have the low poly and the smooth version. All right, but that's what I want to show you. This was just a demonstration of how you could go about modeling your model. I wanted to give you this opportunity to see the entire process. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, hopefully you're able to pick up a couple of different techniques, get some understanding of how to go about modeling your objects. Uh, Otherwise, it's like have fun, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.